Okay, today I'm going to do a video on how to make venison jerky. Years ago, I used to take my deer to the processor if I wanted something different besides cutting it up into steaks or into chunks. And I'd have the summer sausage and the Slim Jims made up, but that kind of gets expensive anymore. I think that last buck I took up to have done, that was like $350. So, I was kind of thinking about what I could do here at home to make something a little different and something that I could do myself. And I got to doing a little research on making jerky. So, I went out to the store and I bought a package of this jerky cure and seasoning. It is made by High Mountain, and it's really good stuff. This is the original flavoring, original blend. High Mountain makes this jerky cure in several different seasonings and stuff for different tastes, and it's really good. It has all the instructions in it on how to make this jerky. Now I'm going to open this and I'm going to show you what this looks like in this kit. So in a kit, you're going to get the directions on how to mix it according to weight. Now, as you get better at making this stuff, you'll get to where you don't have to worry about that. All I do is take the bag of the cure, it's a salt, and then the seasoning, and I just cut it and I mix these two together. And then I know how much to apply to the meat, so I would go by the directions at first, and then once you get a little experience, then you can just kind of wing it on your own. So anyway, like I said, it's this jerky cure and seasoning by High Mountain. It's really good. So there's different ways that you can make jerky. You can use liquid and marinate it, and you can, there's just different ways to make your jerky. But I have found this to be easy. I found it to be fast, and it's very good. The people that eat my jerky that I make say that I make the best jerky in the world, that they've never had any as good. So I'm just going to keep on doing it the way have been doing it, because it's just been working out really good. So anyway, I'm going to get some meat here, and I'm going to show you guys how I cut my meat and get the meat ready, and then we'll put some seasoning on it, and I'll show you how this goes. So hang on just a second here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get us a piece of meat. This is off of the buck that I killed yesterday. I killed the buck on Halloween, and what you want to do is you want to try to get it trimmed off and cleaned up as good as you can. And there's no specific way as far as cutting this stuff, as far as size and shape. There's no wrong way to do this. What you're wanting to do, though, is you're wanting to cut it about 1/8 of an inch thick. Some people cut their meat real thin, but it seems to dry out too much, and it kind of gets too tough. I like mine a little bit softer, and it seems like it has a little more flavor like that too. So anyway, I'm going to show you how to do it. I got my fillet knife, and I used my Smith's knife sharpener, and I've got it really sharp, and I'm just going to start to make my first cut there, and I'm just going to start slicing this off. It's real simple. This is the way the Indians used to do it. It's a lot of fun, and I tell you what, if you take you a pocket full of this somewhere with you where there's people, and once people start they get a taste of this, they'll follow you around like a dog, because this stuff is so good. It's actually addictive. So you see how I do this? Not too thin, not too thick. And you want to use lean meat. You can use beef, but if you use beef, you got to make sure that you get a good lean piece, because fat in the meat doesn't seem to cure the same. So anyway, this is what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get this cut thin, and like I said, there's no specific. It can be big pieces, it can be small pieces, just as long as the thickness is the most important part of it. And what we're going to do here is, I've got some of this jerky cure already made up in this little shaker, and I'm going to move this camera here and see if we can kind of get a different view on this here. So I'm going to take this shaker and I'm going to start sprinkling this cure on this meat. And you know, once you get to where you know what you're doing, you don't, like I said, you don't really have to worry so much about the measurement part of it. There's a lot of flexibility in it. You can't really go wrong. So anyway, we're going to get that like that. Now what you got to do is, after you get this seasoning on here, you have to you've got to let this cure. So what I do then is I take it and I kind of mix it up a little bit, and I'll put a little more on here. You can flip the meat over and do both sides, but actually, because you're gonna kind of get it mixed up anyway, I use up all this salt that gets on the table. A little bit more. You don't want to get too much. You don't want it to get overly salty. That's why they give you that kind of a legend to go by. So anyway, what I'm going to do after I get the seasoning on it, I'm going to put that in a bag. And I'll seal it up. And I think, according to these directions on this, in the packet, I think it says keep it in the refrigerator and let it, the cure work on it for 24 hours. But I've done it in 12 hours and I haven't got sick or anything. I think 12 hours is sufficient. So anyway, I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. And I've got an oven rack here, and I've got some meat that I had done last night for this video. So what you want to do is you want to spray your oven rack with some Pam or some kind of non-stick spray, and you lay your meat on the oven rack. This is real simple. You want to preheat your oven to 210 degrees. I think the packet says 200. I like 210. It just makes it go a little better. And since I cut my strips a little thicker, I let it cook just a little longer than an hour. Generally an hour will get the job done if it's kind of thin, but sometimes, you know, I get this stuff a little on the thick side because, like I said, I don't like it like leather. I like it soft and chewy and flavorful. Okay, so anyway, you're getting the idea here. You just put the meat on the rack, and we're going to put it into the oven. And I'm just using a regular kitchen oven here. Okay, I always put a little foil down at the bottom of it too, because sometimes it'll drip a little bit. So then, after, well, let's say you want to keep your oven cracked, because that allows the moisture to escape from the oven, and you know, it'll let all the moisture out of the oven from the meat. And that gives the drying process. If you don't have the oven door cracked, it kind of cooks it, and it just doesn't turn into jerky. It's kind of like just meat that you would cook normally in an oven. So anyway, here is a batch of jerky that I have just taken out previously, and this is what it looks like when you're done. And you know, you can make a lot of jerky in a day's time. And you can put it in a bag and put it in the freezer, and it'll last a long time. And then as you want it, you just take it out. Now, I always keep my jerky in the refrigerator because, you know, it is cured meat, but it's not cured to the point to where it can't go without refrigeration. So always keep that in mind. So anyway, I want to do this video for you guys and let you see, you know, how I make this jerky, and I think you're going to be real happy with it. It really turns out good, and it's something to do different with your meat that you get from your deer, and you know, you can do it at home relatively easy and fast. So, you know, until my next video, I'm going to see you guys on the next one. So, have a good one. Try the jerky out, and I think you're going to be happy. I'll see you later.